Hello and welcome to the All Monitor Brief. It's Monday, October 21st. I'm Kristen Tallman. Today's main segment is a conversation with Beirut-based Al Monitor's associate editor, Beatrice Farhat. We'll talk about U.S. Special Envoy Amos Hochstein's trip to the region and how the UN Resolution 1701, according to Hochstein, is not enough now to end Israel's war in Lebanon. But first, let's get you caught up on the headlines. Lebanon's Sahel Hospital in the neighborhood of Beirut's southern suburbs was evacuated Monday after Israel said that underneath the hospital is a Hezbollah bunker storing reserves of cash and gold. In a video statement on Monday, Israeli military spokesperson Daniel Hagari said that the alleged bunker, which he said belonged to former Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah, contains hundreds of millions of dollars in cash and gold. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken left for the Middle East Monday on a new push for elusive Gaza ceasefire 2 weeks before the U.S. election, seeing a new opportunity from Israel's killing of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar. It will be Blinken's 11th trip to the Middle East by the top U.S. diplomat since war broke out over a year ago, with Blinken on his last visit to Israel in August, warning it may have been the last chance for a U.S.-led ceasefire plan. And in Israel, hundreds of far-right demonstrators, including legislators and ministers, gathered Monday near the Israel-Gaza border to demand the establishment of Jewish settlements in the war-battered Palestinian territory. Fethullah Gulen, a U.S.-based Sunni preacher who has been accused by Turkey of masterminding a 2016 coup attempt, has died. His relatives, as well as Turkish officials, confirmed on Monday. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan said on Monday that the Sunni cleric's death was also confirmed by Turkish intelligence sources. The leader of this dark organization has died, Fidan said. In the upcoming Russia-BRICS summit, Gulf states are seeking influence as Iran and the UAE debut as members. While Saudi Arabia's crown prince will not be in attendance, he has sent his foreign minister, as the expansion of the group and an adoption of a new currency are on the 3-day agenda. Algeria has suspended the operating license of Saudi Arabia's state-owned international Arabic news channel Al Arabiya over accusations of reporting bias over the wars in Gaza and Lebanon. According to Algeria's state news agency, the country's Ministry of Communications announced the withdrawal of Al Arabiya's license on Sunday. No official details were released regarding the reason behind the suspension, but Iranian state media reported that Al Arabiya was suspended due to its portrayal of the wars in a way that weakens the morale of Palestinians and Lebanese people. And 7 Israeli nationals were arrested on suspicion of spying for Iran for the last 2 years, allegedly carrying out hundreds of missions on behalf of Tehran, until they were detained on September 19th. And now, on to the main segment. Hi, Beatrice. Welcome to the Al Monitor Brief.
Hi, Kristen. Thanks for having me again.
So great to have you back on the show, especially because you're on the ground in Lebanon. I'm curious, the Speaker of the House in Lebanon, Barry, said today with Hochstein in the region, that might be the last chance of a ceasefire before the U.S. election. What do you think about with all the shuttle diplomacy happening? What are the signs with Hochstein being in the region today? I know you reported on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Hochstein's visit just coincided with Beirut's comments and Mikati's comments about Hezbollah accepting the UN Resolution 1701. And right before that, last week, the Iranian foreign minister was also on a regional tour. He visited Jordan, Egypt, Turkey, and before that, Lebanon, Syria, Saudi Arabia, Oman, like several countries in the region. So it seems like there's a diplomatic push to reach a ceasefire or de-escalate the situation in Lebanon and avoid full-scale war, avoid an Israeli response against Iran to its missile attack last month or earlier this month. It was October 1st. So that's what it looks like now in the region. That's what we're seeing at the moment.
Bia, can you tell me a little bit about this UN Resolution 1701?
Yeah, so there's been a lot of talk recently in the past days about implementing the UN resolution 1701. That's the resolution that ended the 2006 war between Israel and Hezbollah, and which called for the buffer zone that extends from the Blue Line to the Litani River in the south. The Litani River lies about 30 kilometers away from the border with Israel. So this resolution specifically stipulates that this zone must be free of weapons that are outside the control of the official Lebanese authorities, and that only the Lebanese army must be deployed in that area. So in reference to Hezbollah, that Hezbollah must not be present in this area. So there's been a lot of talk, and over the past years, since 2006 and up until today, there have been violations from both sides, from Hezbollah and Israel. There has been violations of this resolution. But just the Prime Minister, Najib Mikati, said yesterday in comments to Al Arabiya, he said that Hezbollah is now accepting to implement the resolution. And similarly, Berre, the parliament speaker, said the same thing. He said he was mandated by Hezbollah after the war ended in 2006 to negotiate on its behalf. And he said that Hezbollah agrees to the resolution. So today, when Hochstein spoke about the resolution, he said that a public commitment of this resolution is not enough for a durable ceasefire in the south or across Lebanon. He said there has to be a new formula to make sure that this resolution is implemented fairly and transparently.
Bia, earlier this weekend, you mentioned that there was strikes closer to your house, which is an area that doesn't normally see as much action. I'm curious, it seems like these strikes are never ending, or the drone buzzing, right? I was reading this article where you could sort of hear the sounds of Beirut. What does it feel like
even here in the Kasserine area, you could hear the drones. We can hear them during the day. Yeah, well, exactly. It seemed like, even as it seems like there's a diplomatic push for a ceasefire, it seems that Israel is still going strong with its airstrikes in Lebanon. Over the weekend, last night, the Israeli army struck several branches of Al-Qarid Al-Hassan, a financial institution that is believed to be linked to Hezbollah. And they launched heavy airstrikes also in Dahye, the southern suburbs of Beirut, which is a Hezbollah stronghold. And on Saturday morning, there was a drone strike it was a targeted strike against a Hezbollah official. And it was in the Jounia area, which has never been targeted before since last October. It's supposed to be a safe area, far from the action and the lines of fire. It was on the main highway of Jounia, linking the north of Beirut, the north of Lebanon, to its south. It's just this one highway that goes through the country from north to south. It's usually a very crowded highway, but that Saturday morning, it was calm, it was quiet. And it was right near my house. So we woke up that day to the sound of 1, 2, 3, 4 strikes, because apparently the first time that they didn't hit the car, it wasn't until the 4th time, after the man and his allegedly his wife ran out of the car, that they finally struck them on the side of the road as they were running away. And the Israeli army later said that they targeted a Hezbollah official who's believed to be an expert or an official in the communications of Hezbollah. His name is Rida Abbas Awada. So yeah, that puts a lot of stress on the people overall in the whole of the country. It's been stressful. People are on edge. People are afraid. And especially since the displaced moved from the south and from Dahieh to safer areas, people are afraid that this could lead to Israeli strikes against some Hezbollah officials who are hiding among the displaced. So it's been tense.
Yeah, it almost sounds like, right, it's like there's nowhere
safe anymore.
Nowhere where it's safe. Yeah, exactly. I mean, is there still hope, do you think, or do you feel in Lebanon, in Beirut, in the suburbs where you are, about that this could come to an end soon?
Well, it's in human nature to always hope for the best, always hope that it will end soon. So we're still hoping that it will end soon, and it won't drag for more than a couple of weeks, so it doesn't stay like this for a year or for several months, because people in Lebanon really can't take it anymore. It's been years of
I mean, do you still go on your
stuff.
life like normal? Do you send your kids to school and go to work, and your husband goes to work?
Yes,
wow.
This is because we live in a safe area. Schools in other areas of Lebanon, in the south, in around Beirut, they're still closed. But schools in other areas, mainly in the Matan district, Kisirwin, Jbel, they open the private schools, not public schools, because public schools have opened their doors for the displaced. So yeah, here in this area, in Jounia specifically, schools are open. Kids are going to school every day. People are going to work, going about with their lives as normally as we can.
Right, for sure. Okay, Bia, thank you so much for catching us up to speed on the ground on all the diplomacy and shuttle, regional diplomatic shuffle that's happening. We really appreciate it.
Anytime.
That's it for today, Monday, October 21st. You can read all these stories and more impacting the region at allmonitor.com.